All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is your starting lineup for our first main event, the GNC2 main event, first main of 2016. On the pole, ladies and gentlemen, from Pine Grove, Pennsylvania, the DGR Motorsports Yamaha makes a noise for 14A, Dalton Gauthier. Starting second from Barrington, New Hampshire, the Moose Racing Wiseco Pistons Honda 27U, Jamison Minor. In the third starting spot, third pick on the front row from Holly, New York, the Elder Trucking RLJ Racing Honda, number 19B, Justin Jones. Fourth pick on the front row, one of the veterans in this class. He comes to us from Albion, New York, the Parkinson Brothers Racing Fat Guys Racing Honda, 94B, Flying Ryan Wells. Fifth pick on the front row, he is from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. He won the Peoria TT last year, sponsored by Energy Shot on the Honda CRF 450 32L, Jesse Janish. And your last rider on the front row in his rookie debut in the GNC2 class, he comes to us from Whitehall, Maryland, the Don's Kawasaki Myers Motorsports entry, 92S, Brendan Price. Now we go back to row number 2. He was our fast qualifier earlier this afternoon. He is from Philpott, Kentucky on the Cycle World Suzuki Team 95 entry, 69C, Hayden Gillum. Eighth pick from Rio Vista, California, the Southland Racing Products Honda, number 12Y, John Vanderlane. Starting ninth, making his return back after a 2-year hiatus from Simi Valley, California, the Dylan Morin Racing Arai Helmets Kawasaki 26E, Dylan Morin. 10th pick comes to us from Barker, New York, the Luke Sack Racing Fast DAS Plates entry Honda, number 10B, Austin Luxack. Your 11th pick, back on row number 2 from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, the Peters Motorsports Evan Coolant Honda, number 63A, Jesse Long. Last pick on row number 2. He is from Holly, Michigan, the Low Life Performance Recluse Cutches entry, number 20J, Ben Lau. Now we go all the way back to row number 3. These guys did it the hard way through our semifinals. Number 16S is from Chesterfield, Virginia, the Ron Ayers Motorsports Mr. Sign Honda. Number 16S, Tristan Avery. Up next, starting 14th from Welland, Ontario, Canada. First time I've seen this youngster win here tonight. It was in a semi. He is doing it for Performance, ATV, and Leisure. Number 22T, Tyler Seguin. Starting 15th back there on row number 3 from Canandaigua, New York, the KC Helmet World entry. Number 36B, the Flying Tomato, Colby Carlisle. Starting 16th from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, the Carroll Motor Fuel Honda entry, number 15A, Cameron Smith. Our next rider is from Parts Unknown on the Mike McGill Trucking Honda, number 17B, Mike Lanehart. And starting at the tail end of the field, the last pick, from Modesto, California, the Pacific Tile and Tub Honda, number 54Z, Michael Inderbitzen. Ladies and gentlemen, before they fire up their engines, let's put our hands together for your GNC2 main event riders. Chris Carr, you ready for main event number 1 at Daytona Flat Track?
Yes, I am. It's going to be interesting to see. We've got a couple former winners, 94B, the Ryan Wells from New York, 2-time winner at this track. The 19B of Justin Jones, a winner on night 2 a year ago. Podium finisher and pole sitter 14A, Dalton Gauthier. And basically a rookie to the class on the outside edge are the 92S of Brandon Price. Finds himself on the front row in his first GNC2 National. We got 32A, a veteran in a lot of ways with 32L of Jesse Janish. A pretty wide variety of experience on the front row.
Are you surprised that Price is out there on the outside? Nobody else took the spot up there by the groove, or you like the inside better?
Well, I think it's, it's a toss-up. Depends on the gate you get. He gets there third, running around the outside. If he can get around the bumps clean, gets goals. We got three of them down. 3 down.
17 stalls the motorcycle, did not go down. That's the 17A or 17B of Mike Lanehart, but 3 riders down. I see a 12. The 16S of Avery. Tristan and a 22T of Seguin.
Seguin. Tyler Seguin from Canada. Rough start there to his first GNC2 main event here in the United States. See if he can get that thing fired up and back into it.
So the 22 has pushed his machine back into the infield, and he's got that bike out of the way. We're going to take a look at the replay. Let's talk us through it.
Kind of started in the back. The 22 Seguin takes out the front end of 16 Avery. They both go down.
It looked like the 22 bike went forward and catches the bike in front of him, which is the 12.
And also takes out 16 on the outside of him. So that was kind of a little bit of a bowling ball, bowling pin type action there going off into turn 1.
Well, that's a good way to describe it. I'm glad I wasn't one of the balls or the pins out there.
Yeah, because they both got hurt on that deal.
3 of them going down. Looks like Avery's made his way back over there to the hot box. They're working on the 22 machine. Looked like he touched a very hot pipe right there.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Everybody else is staged up on the line with those. When the track's clear, they turn them loose. There's no waiting anymore, so they got to send those riders around. When that track is ready to go, they make sure our down riders are all right. Again, the riders that I've got going down, the 12Y of John Vanderlane, the 16S Tristan Avery, and the 22T of Seguin. Man, I'm struggling. Colby Carlisle trying to prep this 36B. They said you can kick it started twice on the starting line. If you can't get it started, you have to pull it to the infield. They're also working on the 22 of Seguin. They're going to send him out. Our 10-second board, our Vance and Hines Trophy Girl is ready to go. We are going racing with or without him. Vanderlane has made his way back to the back row. So has Tristan Avery. So right now, Colby Carlisle is in the infield. Couldn't get his bike started. And 22T is coming this way. Seguin.
Got her fired up. Figured, this thing's bent up a little bit. We're just going to have to deal with it, not make it perfect. We'll have to start from the third row.
Front number plates a little bit crooked, hanging on by a thread. It doesn't matter as long as they finish. They do have transponders on these motorcycles in every position. And Colby Carlisle gets the 36B fired up.
He's going to have to go to the back row as well. Getting to the line late, not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if he was down.
They couldn't get it started. He was in the infield. They kicked it a few times. They couldn't get it started. They told him, the riders meeting, you kick it twice. If it doesn't start, you go to the infield until you get it started. I guess they decided to put him in the back. They're not waiting for anybody this year. We are going racing. We're going in a hurry. Here they come. Watch the green light. The 32L's way back. Now he gets the jump again. Up the middle.
Great start by Janish. A little contact between the 19B of Jones and the 94B New York locals. Little contact off into turn 1.
Down the back straight they go. It is your leader, the 32L, Jesse Janish. He picked up the win in this class last year at the Peoria TT. He's trying to do it again. Lots of battle back all the way through the field right now. Everybody's trying to get settled into a position and try to get to the front in a hurry. Gautier's in second. Justin Jones in third. Jamison Miner back there in the 4th spot, 27U.
Gautier up the inside, good drive through the holes off of turn 2, takes the point, goes by the veteran Jesse Janish, and Justin Jones trying to follow him through up the inside, gets a good drive as well, finds himself pushing the front really hard, right to the edge of the cushion.
Janish all the way up to the air fence. That allows Jamison Miner come through. He takes the 3rd spot. Vanderlane just about went down, somehow stayed on top of his Honda.
Yeah, he kissed the front fender there, coming up over the handlebars, somehow was able to get the bike back underneath him, and off he goes. But out front, Gautier starting to stretch it a little bit initially.
Janish keeps looking over shoulder, and as he does, riders keep going on by. You don't want to do that. You need to concentrate on what's going on in front of you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes when you're not comfortable, you're trying to figure out who's coming next, and certainly not a habit to get into on a track like this.
We're going to give away the Energia Fast Moving Award, and that will be at the end of this one. The rider that picks up the most positions is going to pick up some extra money from Energia Hard Charger Award tonight.
And right now, it looks like Michael Inderbitzen started in 18th all the way up into the 11th spot. He could be a candidate for this.
They will let us know how that unfolds in a little bit. Out front, it's Dalton Gautier, number 14A. Justin Jones in second. Jamison Miner third. Jesse Long in fourth. Ryan Wells in fifth. Ben Lau sixth. Hayden Gillum seventh. Jesse Janish way back in eighth. Brandon Price and Mike Lanehart back in 10th.
You know, it appears on the track, the way this track is developed tonight, the key is getting through turns 1 and 2 pretty clean. As we watch the last lap by, Gauthier gets it in hot, gets it turned, gets it through the middle of the bumps, gets it driving the other way. We don't see him bouncing around like a lot of the riders behind him, and every time he gets through there clean, he extends his gap another bike link or two.
As 63 makes a little mistake and slips wide. Here comes the 94Bs coming up the inside, so Wells takes over that position. Now Hayden Gillum's going to pick up 2 spots, actually, and he'll put himself in the 4th position. Remember, he was our fast qualifier. Obviously has made some changes. This track's a little bit more like it was earlier today. It's a little bit slicker, but not like it was in the heat race.
Certainly not. We see a little bit of blue, but that's not really any grip. That's polished off dirt with a little bit of layer of moisture on it. We see how slippery it is across that hard pan. Gauthier doing a great job at skidding the thing to the edge of the cushion, kind of turning the motorcycle off throttle, and then accelerating across the bumps as we see a rider down in turn 1.
Do you think Justin Jones has anything for Gauthier? Gauthier's way out front. Jones now is all by himself in second. Can he put his head down and catch the leader?
To me, it appears, just body language-wise, that Jones is pretty content. He's not overriding. As we see another rider in turns 3 and 4 going real wide. Avery down again.
He's out of harm's way. They're going to keep on racing. Inderbitson's the other rider down, so much for him picking up that hard charger award. Out front, Dalton Gauthier, Justin Jones. There's carnage all the way around the racetrack. Third is the yellow machine. That's Hayden Gillum now with Jamison Minor now on his tail, and the red flag does come out now to get Tristan Avery checked out. He's down in turn number 3 by the hot box area, so tough break for Inderbitson, and everybody else that's gone down. It's got kind of wild and crazy there for a few laps. We're going to have to restart them. I'm seeing 10 laps complete. They'll revert back 1 lap, and we're going to have a staggered restart, Chris, but these youngsters going at it.
Yeah, this is a tough track. As we see from one of our camera angles, Tristan Avery laying down there in the middle of turns 3 and 4, having a hard time getting moving. Certainly out of breath. He's got the medical team is going to attend to him. But this is a really tough track. The bumps are kind of sealed off right now. They're not really getting deeper. They're getting harder. So when you go in, it's really abrupt. Sometimes when the bumps start to form, they're a little softer at first, and then they get a little bit more difficult. Right now, most of the dirt has been blown out of the bottom of them, and they're pretty solid. They're kind of like hitting curbs out in the middle of nowhere, and it's a really hard on the suspension of these motocross bikes as they make their way through the middle of the corners.
So they did send the rest of the teams to the hot box. They're not allowed to work on the motorcycles, but of course right now our concern is getting everything taken care of for Tristan Avery, so that's why I sent the rest of the bikes to the hot box. This is a good break, I believe, for Justin Jones because it will put him right on the rear fender of Dalton Gauthier. I don't know if he has anything for him, but he will be right there in his sights now. So Gauthier, Pennsylvania rider, out in front. Justin Jones, New York rider. Hayden Gillum, rider from Kentucky, will be sitting in the 3rd spot.
You know, we saw Gauthier over there just kind of shaking his arms out, trying to relieve a little bit of tension. This type of track can create a little bit of arm pump. And, I'm trying to get a little bit of blood to those fingers, loosen up. He rides real loose as a rider anyhow, looking really smooth up front. This is his race to lose at this point. Going real strong, his best lap of the race. Heads or tails above the next riders. Had a 19.1, about 0.3 of a second quicker than the best lap of Justin Jones. If he can reestablish his rhythm he had there early in the race, this race is his for the taking.
I believe Heather is caught up to our leader right now, Dalton Gauthier. Heather?
Dalton, you're leading the race right now. Talk about the track conditions and how has your bike been handling for you so far?
Oh, it changed a bunch from the heat race. It's a lot rougher now, and the bike's working good, but we gotta go through and try and win this thing.
Now, when a rider goes down in front of you, does that make you nervous, or what goes through your mind?
It kind of messed up my race, but we'll put our head back down and go to the front.
Exactly. You do have to catch up with your rhythm, catch back up to it. What do you do to do that?
Just put as smooth laps as you can and try and not get in the bumps.
Thanks, Dalton. Good luck with the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Made it sound easy. Just try not to get into those bumps, right?
Hey, the bumps upset the chassis. The idea is this track is only going to give you so much. Over-aggression is not going to pay off. This track being aggressive is only going to bite you. So level heads are going to prevail on this one. You try and get too greedy, this one's going to bite you.
All right, so they're working everything down there in turns 3 and 4. When the track's ready to go, they're going to turn them loose. Steve Moorhead is over there in control of this situation. You can see the riders still sitting here with their helmets on, getting ready to fire up their motorcycles. This is our first race of the 2016 season. It's the GNC2 main event. Up next will be GNC1 final, and that will be 25 laps around this little bull ring.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, you know, the GNC2 guys, it's kind of a regular deal for them. They're pretty well physically fit, probably the most fit riders in the history of the sport, at least based on what I've seen through the years. That's not to say anything about the old guys, but.
Let's go down trackside. Heather's caught up with our second place rider.
That's right, guys. I'm down here with Justin Jones. We're pushing him to the start. Justin looks like he's quite out of breath. How's the race been going for you so far?
It's been going really good. I'm just trying to ride a smart race. It's really tough to pass on this track, so I'm just trying to keep the leader in sight in case he makes a mistake and ride smooth.
Now on this staggered restart, what are you going to do to get your head back in the game?
Just try to capitalize as much as I can off the start. It's probably going to be key to winning this race right now.
Well, that's Justin Jones looking to get a win here in the GNC2 class.
Jones will be starting second. Dalton Gauthier looks like he's picking the inside. We'll have a staggered restart. And they revert back one lap. Jones looks like he's got a smile on his face. He won here last year. I believe he's going to have a little bit something possibly for Dalton Gauthier out front. And a tough break for Avery. He's actually up and has his helmet on, so I believe he's going to try to restart the tail end of the field. So that's good because he had a really bad get-off as an amateur at the Dirt Track Grand Championships there in Springfield, Illinois. And he's had a long road to recovery, but he's doing pretty good as a pro rider. Let's go trackside once again. Heather's caught up with, I believe, our fourth place rider.
That's right. One of our heat winners, Jamison Miner. Jamison, we're walking along here on the track. You can tell that there's a difference between the outside groove, inside groove, the top, the bottom. Where do you like to run?
Wherever it's not rough.
There is some rough bumps out there. What are you going to do to get a win tonight?
Just ride smooth. Hope these guys make a few mistakes and help me out a little bit, and yeah, see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. That's Jamison Miner. Like Heather said, he won his heat race earlier. He said, I'm going to try to miss those bumps and get to the front. That's the 27U, Jamison Miner, and he is in the fourth spot. He was a second pick on the starting line. He's from Barrington, New Hampshire. And so a staggered restart here in this main event. It's scheduled to be 16 laps. We're probably going to have about a 6-lap shootout.
Yeah, as a rider, it's always frustrating to lead the race and see the red come out short of the checker. Nobody wants to see, when you're leading, you don't want to see that red. But those guys that were maybe struggling a little bit in the middle of the pack, they have an opportunity now to capitalize, take advantage of that. They're only one bike link apart all the way through the field on this restart. And you got the field bunch back up, 6-lap dash here, and be interesting to see who takes advantage.
Let's go trackside once again and talk to Heather.
Thanks, guys. This has definitely been an exciting race so far. Like you just said, we have about a 6-lap dash. The guys are going to do a staggered start here. It's going to be interesting because some of the guys are on the inside lane, some are on the outside lane. I'm going to ask you guys in the booth, what do you think is the better lane to run here on this restart? Where would you want to be starting from?
I would like to be starting on the inside of the front, from the very front. I don't know, but it might work out better if you're on the outside to get on that groove quicker.
Well, Dalton Gauthier is in the catbird seat. He's up front. He's on the inside. If anybody's going to pass him, they got to go around him. But between him and the exit of turn 2 is a series of holes, and he's going to get to him first. So there's an opportunity for riders on the outside edge of the racetrack to maybe carry some momentum off into turn 1 and maybe make a moves on a few guys going around the outside. That's why we race. We'll find out.
That's the thoughts of the 7-time AMA Grand National Champion, Chris Carr. So the riders putting their goggles on, trying to kickstart their motorcycles, and we're going to turn loose. Some guys have a starter. They stick in the side of their cases and fire them up. Gauthier's kicking the motorcycle, and it is not starting. I bet his heart is racing right now.
Yeah, he's got it going now. Hopefully he's not out of breath. That was about 9 kicks to get that one going.
Man. All right, here we go. Watch the green light. Single file restart, GNC2 class. Bikes are in gear. Clutches will come out anytime the RPMs start picking up. Here we go. And
good initial jump by the 14. Got to the corner with a couple bike links to spare.
Gillum's right there in the third spot. The bright yellow leathers, that is Ryan Wells. He's trying the inside of Gillum for third.
A great first turn 1 and 2 for Dalton Gauthier. Got in there pretty hot, got through 1 and 2 clean on the low side, got a great drive off of turn 2. It's back to where it was before.
Down the back straightaway, Dalton Gauthier's got some breathing room. Justin Jones in second, Hayden Gillum still in third, Ryan Wells in fourth, Jamison Miner in the 5th position. It's getting crazy deep in the field.
Yes, it is. 5 laps to go. 4 coming by here for our leader, Dalton Gauthier. Stretched out. He got his gap back immediately.
Wow.
Pretty comfort zone, pretty easy comfort zone. Gillum, I think, taking a little advantage here, up into third. Wells in fourth. Minor in fifth. Business as usual for our front runners.
I really thought Justin Jones was going to have something for the leader. He's going to be right there with him, but he just cannot seem to gain anything. Dalton Gauthier has it dialed in tonight, Daytona Flat Track, round number 1.
Gauthier did make a little mistake there. Lost a couple, gave up a couple bike links coming through the middle of 3 and 4. Let's see if that gives a little incentive there for Jones to buckle down and come after him.
Do you think the pressure's getting to him? I think he's looking for his first GNC2 win.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say with 2 to go. Looks like he's reestablished his rhythm. Got about one of those bike links back. Appears to be pretty comfortable.
Here comes the third place rider. He's actually catching up to second. The 69C of Hayden Gillum starting to catch up to second of Jones. One more spot on top of the box would feel good right here in Daytona.
Yes, it would. Hayden coming back to dirt track, doing a great job with 1 lap left. A little gap change there. Jones closer, but not close enough, I think, to put enough pressure on our leader. If Gauthier can get through 3 and 4 clean, it's all his.
If he keeps it on 2 wheels, I believe he's got it smooth sailing. Dalton Gauthier is going to bring him to the checkered flag. Your first main event of the night. Dalton Gauthier, your winner. Second place, Justin Jones. Third is Hayden Gillum. The rest of them blast across the double finish line. Gauthier up in the deep stuff celebrating. Your winner from Pennsylvania, Dalton Gauthier, will take it. Second, Justin Jones. Third, Hayden Gillum. Fourth is Ryan Wells. Fifth, Jamison Minor. Sixth, Michael Lanehart. Seventh, the Flying Tomato after starting at the tail end of the field after he couldn't get his bike started. Works his way up to seventh. I think they go by your original starting spot, though, not where he got right there. So
I think originally he was back there a ways on row 3 in the 15th spot. He's a contender.
He could be possibly winning that Energia Fast Moving Award. We'll get that figured out in just a second. Dalton Gauthier is trying to turn his bike around, and he'll go to the top of the podium, and we'll talk to him first. Better watch out, Cameron. Uh-oh, watch out. Here they come, girls. Got direct traffic up here. Let's go trackside. Heather is down there with our winner.
That's right, Dalton, we just spoke. You were able to refocus after that restart. You got your head in the game, and here you are with a podium finish. First place, how does it feel?
It feels, I don't know what to even say right now.
Take your time, you can think about it. I'll ask you another question to give you a moment. I saw you coming into turns 3 and 4 here. You were looking over your shoulder, checking where the competition was. What went through your mind, and when were you confident that you had him?
I knew I had Jones behind me, and he was tough. He won last year, and I tried to put in smooth laps and try to get away from him, and I seen I had a pretty good gap, and I got the win. I can't believe it.
Now, I'm sure there's a ton of people that you would like to thank, so maybe let's give them a little moment to shine here.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank DGR Motorsports. I'm putting on my own program this year at Yamaha, Blue Crew, 13 Rebels, Arai Helmets, Evans Coolant, Spectra Oils, my dad, Saddleman, MGX for making sick graphics, Fat Guys Racing, Defile Odds, just everybody. Sorry if I forgot you, but you guys rock. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, and can't thank my dad enough, and he got this bike working awesome. Can't believe it.
Well, good job tonight, Dalton. If all else fails, just read the sponsors off your bike. You did a great job. We're going to go ahead and send it back up to the booth.
Congratulations, Dalton Gauthier picking up his first GNC2 race win at Daytona Flat Track, and he did it with a big margin, Chris. He did it twice.
He did it twice. Congratulations to him. I've watched this young man come up through the ranks in District 6. Great job. Congratulations to Dalton Gauthier, a hard-working kid who finally got his win. That's great.
All right, let's go trackside with Heather, catching up to second and third place. Heather?
That's right. I'm here with second-place finisher Justin Jones. Justin, I spoke to you just a few moments ago. You look like you have a bigger smile on your face now that you've got a podium finish.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's all smiles from here. I couldn't be happy with how the night went other than getting the top spot. But hat off to Dalton. He rode smart, rode very smart, rode smooth every lap, and definitely had it working. Got to give my props out to him and his family and that for getting him to where he is. And I also got to say a huge shout out to my sponsors, Bell, Elder Trucking, Holnick Motorsports, RLJ Racing for the great engine, Wild Rides, the Moyer family back home are watching. Hey, how's it going? And, you know, I got to thank Light Shoe, Vans Auto Service, and everybody else who helps me, Right Side Up Creations, and yeah, everyone I forgot, thank you. Sorry I forgot, kind of thinking fast right now.
Thanks, Justin. Congratulations on your second place finish. Now I'm going to find our third place finisher. We got Hayden Gillum. Come on up here. Oh, we got somebody who forgot sponsors. So before we get Hayden, we'll get Dalton so he can thank his sponsors here.
I also forgot, I got to thank Lonesome Losers Racing, SRT Moto, and everybody that helped me out. Mike Frew, everybody from Lonesome Losers, they helped me out a lot. Light Shoe, and that's it.
Thank you, Dalton. Thanks for finishing it up. Now we're going to go over here and get our third place finisher, Hayden Gillum. Hayden, you did a great job out there. I spoke to you pre-race in your heat. Did JD teach you how to get on this podium? That's what he said earlier.
No, this one was a hard fight for this one. You know, I had a couple mistakes early in the race, and it put me back pretty hard. But I finally started to get on the bottom, and it was working pretty good. But you know, I just got to thank the whole Cycle World crew. They've been helping me the last couple years, and this year they got me on a Suzuki, and you know, the bike was working really well. You know, I got to thank Bell, Fox, Cycle World for sure, Suzuki, Yoshimura, Alpine Stars. You know, it's everybody out there that's supporting me, and I'm glad to be up here.
Well, congratulations. It was a great finish here with our top 3 finishers.
All right, congratulations to our podium finishers. They're working on getting our Energia Fast Moving Award winner to get up there on the podium from coming deep in the field, working his way towards the front. I believe I'm hearing it was the 17B, Mike Lanehart, and he should be headed up to that victory podium in just a second. He's headed that way. Up next is our GNC1 main event. That's the Harley-Davidson GNC1 presented by Vance & Hines. Heather's trying to get caught up too. Heather is ready with our Energia Fast Moving Award winner. Heather?
That's right. We're here with Mike Lanehart. He's our Energia Fast Mover Award. That means you've passed the most motorcycles in the race. How did you get that done?
You know, we had the suspension really hooked up tonight. I can't thank Steve Madison enough over at Race Tech for getting the bike dialed in tonight. It was really hooking up, handled great, even through the ruts through here. But we were just really dialed in, and we were pulling forward the whole way, just picking them off one by one.
Well, that's awesome. One of the best things about getting the Fast Moving Award, we've got Alan Hansen over here with Energia. Come on up here and present this check to this young man.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to present this check. It's the Energia hard charging. Whoever moves up the most spots, they're giving tonight and tomorrow night an envelope with $500 in it for help your efforts of coming out here and doing a good job.
Well, let's see it. There's your $500. Mike, how are you gonna use that money?
Oh, it's going right to tires for tomorrow, and we're gonna thank a few people. Just like to thank Mike McGill Trucking for allowing me to pursue my dreams here. Wouldn't have been able to do it without him. Steve Matheson for the suspension, AXO, Vortex, and my stepfather Doug Nelson, family and friends back home. Thanks so much.
Great job out there, and a big thanks to Alan Hansen and Energia for sponsoring this award.